In the quiet suburbs of San Antonio, Texas, a man found himself at the center of a mystery that would send ripples through the online world of cryptozoology. One afternoon, he noticed something unusual perched on his fence. Grabbing his camera, he snapped a photograph of what he later claimed to be a chupacabra, a legendary creature that has haunted the folklore of the Americas for decades. This image, taken in broad daylight, would soon spark widespread debate and intrigue as it made its way through various Facebook groups dedicated to investigating mysterious creatures. The man, a longtime resident of San Antonio, was no stranger to the wildlife that occasionally wandered into his yard. Living on the edge of a wooded area, he had seen everything from raccoons and coyotes to deer passing through his property, but what he saw on that fateful afternoon was unlike anything he had ever encountered. As he looked out into his backyard, he noticed a strange dog-like humanoid figure standing on his wooden fence. At first glance, it appeared to be some kind of animal, but its unusual features caught his attention. The creature was about the size of a small dog, but its body was thin and hairless, with a rough texture to its skin. Its eyes were large and glaring, and its posture was tense, as if ready to pounce or flee. The most unsettling feature, however, was its teeth. Long, sharp fangs that protruded from its mouth, giving it an almost otherworldly appearance. Instinctively, the man reached for his camera, hoping to capture the bizarre sight before it disappeared. He managed to take several photographs of the creature before it leapt off the fence and vanished into the nearby trees. Shaken by the encounter, he quickly reviewed the images, realizing that he had captured something truly unusual, something that defied easy explanation. Unsure of what to make of the strange creature he had photographed, the man decided to share his experience with others. He uploaded the images to several Facebook groups dedicated to the investigation of cryptids, creatures whose existence is unsubstantiated by mainstream science, but which continue to capture the imagination of people around the world. Among these groups were communities focused specifically on the chupacabra, a legendary creature known for its alleged attacks on livestock and its mysterious origins. In his post, the man described his encounter in detail, explaining the circumstances under which he took the photographs and his belief that the creature he had seen could be a chupacabra. The images quickly gained attention, sparking a flurry of comments, shares, and debates among the members of the groups. Some were convinced that the man had indeed captured photographic evidence of the elusive chupacabra, while others were more skeptical, offering alternative explanations for the creature's appearance. As the images circulated online, the debate over their authenticity and the identity of the creature intensified. Supporters of the chupacabra theory pointed to the creature's unusual features, particularly its hairless body, large eyes, and prominent fangs, as evidence that it was not a known animal species. They argued that the man's photographs provided a rare glimpse of a creature that has long been reported in various parts of the Americas, but has remained elusive and mysterious. Some cryptozoologists, researchers who study creatures like the chupacabra, suggested that the images could be one of the most convincing pieces of evidence yet of the creature's existence. They cited similar reports from other parts of Texas and Latin America, where farmers and rural residents have claimed to encounter the chupacabra, often after discovering dead livestock drained of blood. However, the photographs also attracted the attention of skeptics, who offered more conventional explanations. Some argued that the creature in the images was simply a coyote or dog suffering from mange, a skin disease caused by mites that can cause hair loss and give animals a gaunt, unhealthy appearance. Others suggested that the images could have been altered or manipulated, pointing out that the phenomenon of where humans see patterns or familiar shapes in random objects could lead people to interpret an ordinary animal as something more mysterious. Veterinarians and wildlife experts weighed in as well, with some agreeing that the creature could be a coyote with mange, while others noted that the images were inconclusive and did not provide enough evidence to make a definitive identification. The man's claim that he had photographed a chupacabra remained a point of contention, with opinions divided between those who believed in the possibility of the creature's existence and those who saw the sighting as a case of mistaken identity. For the man who took the photographs, the encounter remains a deeply unsettling experience. While he may never know for certain what he saw that day, He has contributed to the ongoing conversation about the chupacabra and the mysteries of the natural world. The first reported sightings of the chupacabra occurred in 1995 in Puerto Rico. Farmers discovered dead livestock with their blood seemingly drained and with unusual puncture wounds on their bodies. Witnesses soon began describing a creature unlike any known animal, a mysterious bipedal beast with spines along its back, large eyes, and sharp fangs. As the story spread, similar reports began to emerge from other parts of Latin America and the United States, particularly in areas with large Hispanic populations. The legend of the chupacabra quickly took hold, and with it came a host of theories about what the creature could be. While some believed it was a previously undiscovered species or an alien entity, others suggested a more sinister origin. The chupacabra might be the result of a scientific experiment that had gone terribly wrong. The theory that the chupacabra is a product of genetic experimentation has gained traction in certain circles, particularly among those who are skeptical of official explanations for strange phenomena. According to this theory, the chupacabra was created in a laboratory, possibly as part of a government or private sector research program, and was either accidentally released or deliberately set free into the wild. Proponents of this theory point to several aspects of the chupacabra's behavior and appearance that they argue are consistent with the idea of genetic manipulation. The creature's unusual physical characteristics, with its spines and large eyes, are often cited as evidence of a hybrid organism, potentially created by combining the DNA of different species. The chupacabra's predation on livestock, particularly its reported tendency to drain the blood of its victims, is seen as further evidence that it was designed for a specific purpose, possibly as a biological weapon or as part of an experiment in creating a new type of predator. There are several variations of the experimentation theory, each with its own take on how the chupacabra might have been created and released. Some suggest that the creature was the result of a military experiment, perhaps conducted by the US government or another nation's defense department. According to this version of the theory, the chupacabra could have been developed as a biological weapon designed to incapacitate or take out enemy livestock as part of a strategy of economic warfare. However, something went wrong, and the creature escaped or was inadvertently released into the wild, where it began preying on local animals. Another version of the theory posits that the chupacabra was created by private sector scientists, possibly working for a pharmaceutical or biotech company. In this scenario, the creature could have been part of an experiment in genetic engineering or cloning, perhaps intended to study the effects of splicing together different species. The accidental release of the creature might have been covered up to avoid public outcry or legal repercussions, leading to the creature's subsequent sightings in rural areas. The idea that the chupacabra is the result of a genetic experiment gone wrong taps into several broader fears and anxieties that have become more pronounced in the modern world. The rapid advancement of genetic technology, coupled with concerns about the ethics of genetic engineering, has fueled fears that scientists might inadvertently create dangerous organisms or lose control of their experiments. The chupacabra, with its monstrous appearance and predatory behavior, fits neatly into these anxieties, serving as a symbol of the potential dangers of tampering with nature. This theory also resonates with those who are skeptical of government and corporate transparency. The notion that the chupacabra was created in a lab and then covered up by powerful institutions plays into broader concerns about secrecy and the possibility that the public is not being told the full truth about scientific research and its potential consequences. Moreover, the experimentation theory provides a concrete explanation for a creature that otherwise seems to defy logic. While sightings of the chupacabra have been reported across the Americas, the lack of physical evidence or a clear understanding of what the creature might be has led to frustration among those who seek answers. The idea that the chupacabra was created in a lab offers a narrative that is both plausible and chilling, satisfying the need for an explanation while also reinforcing the creature's status as a modern-day monster. Chupacabra sightings have been reported consistently over the past few decades, with witnesses from various regions describing eerily similar encounters. These reports often come from farmers and rural residents who find their livestock dead, drained of blood, and bearing the telltale puncture wounds that are characteristic of chupacabra attacks. What sets these modern sightings apart is the frequency and consistency with which they occur, as well as the growing body of photographic and video evidence that accompanies them. In 2020, a rancher in rural Texas reported a disturbing incident in which several of his goats were found dead, their bodies drained of blood. The rancher, who had heard stories of the chupacabra but had never believed them, was shocked by the condition of his animals. When he checked his surveillance cameras, he was stunned to see a strange creature prowling near the goat pen in the early morning hours. The creature was roughly the size of a small dog, with a hairless appearance, glowing eyes, and sharp fangs. Similar reports have come from other parts of the United States, including Florida, Arizona, and New Mexico, as well as from countries like Mexico and Brazil. In each case, the witnesses describe a creature that fits the traditional description of the chupacabra: a hairless, dog-like or mysterious being with large eyes, sharp teeth, and an apparent thirst for blood. The consistency of these reports, combined with the physical evidence left behind, such as drained livestock and unusual footprints, suggests that the chupacabra is not merely a product of folklore, but a real and elusive predator. The chupacabra's transition from legend to reality is supported by the increasing number of credible sightings and encounters. One particularly striking case occurred in 2015 in the small town of Canovanas, Puerto Rico, where the chupacabra legend originated. Local residents reported seeing a strange creature stalking the outskirts of the town, and one brave farmer managed to capture it on video. The footage showed a creature unlike any known animal, with a gaunt, hairless body, pronounced spine, and glowing eyes that seemed to reflect the light. The creature moved quickly and stealthily, evading capture despite several attempts by local authorities to track it down. In 2018, a similar sighting was reported in the Mexican state of Chihuahua, where a group of farmers found several of their cattle dead, their bodies drained of blood with no visible signs of struggle. The farmers described seeing a strange bipedal creature lurking near the edge of their property at night, and one even managed to snap a photograph before the creature fled. These modern sightings suggest that the chupacabra is not a static figure, but a creature that may be evolving or adapting to different environments. In some regions, it appears more humanoid, while in others, it resembles a hairless canine. This variability in appearance may indicate that there are different subspecies of chupacabra, or that the creature is capable of significant physical changes depending on its surroundings and prey. Despite the numerous sightings, the chupacabra remains an elusive creature, one that is difficult to capture or even study. This elusiveness has only added to the creature's mystique and has made it a subject of intense interest among cryptozoologists and paranormal investigators. Those who have encountered the chupacabra often describe a sense of dread or unease, as if the creature carries with it an aura of malevolence. One chilling account comes from a family in rural New Mexico who in 2019 reported a nighttime encounter with a creature they believed to be a chupacabra. According to the family, they were awakened by the sound of their chickens squawking in terror. When they went outside to investigate, they saw a strange figure lurking near the coop. The creature was described as standing on two legs, with glowing red eyes and a snarling mouth full of sharp teeth. The family managed to scare it off, but not before it killed several of their chickens. The next morning, they found the chickens drained of blood, with the same puncture wounds that have become the chupacabra's signature. The family's account, like many others, is supported by physical evidence, footprints, dead livestock, and in some cases, video or photographic proof. While skeptics might dismiss these encounters as misidentifications or hoaxes, the sheer volume and consistency of reports from different regions and cultures suggest that something very real is behind the chupacabra legend. The continuing reports of chupacabra sightings have had a significant impact on both local communities and the broader field of cryptozoology. For those who live in areas where the chupacabra is said to roam, these sightings have become a source of fear and caution. Farmers, in particular, have taken measures to protect their livestock, such as installing stronger fences or keeping animals indoors at night. In some cases, local authorities have even organized hunts or patrols to try to capture the creature, though these efforts have so far been unsuccessful. In the world of cryptozoology, modern chupacabra sightings have sparked renewed interest and research. Investigators are using increasingly sophisticated technology, such as trail cameras and DNA analysis, to try to gather more concrete evidence of the creature's existence. While the chupacabra remains elusive, the growing body of evidence, combined with the consistent reports from credible witnesses, suggests that it may only be a matter of time before we learn more about this mysterious and terrifying creature.